this is a really good time to sort of determine what are our strategies going to be when that money starts to flow, because you'll be prepared. And so it's a great way to have sort of your strategies identified and underway when those opportunities start to come back and you could take advantage of it. So there's very particular ways that you can work with existing businesses or incentivize entrepreneurship or small business development or market a community. And so having those strategies identified and formalized in a plan means that when those opportunities start coming back, you'll know how to take advantage. It's always a mix of the numbers and the qualitative data, but ultimately, if the strategies come from the community, there's a much greater likelihood that they'll be implemented, because it's what people think need. In a place where people really like to be here and they want people to know how great it is that maybe don't know that, outside of the region, I think it ultimately opens up some more possibilities than if a place is not thinking big. I mean, why not think big and throw some major things out there, and then we'll sort of assess, is this really viable? The real world on MTV is not going to come to Des Moines. And some of the ways that information gets out there to especially young people about communities, it's tough when you're a mid-sized city in the Midwest to get some of that information out there. But having the Drake Relays here and having the World Food Prize here, and eventually you start to have that critical mass of opportunities to sort of tell your story, and perceptions get changed. Communities are not being really measured city by city or county by county. Companies know that workers will travel X number of minutes or X number of miles to work for them. And so they draw a circle around potentially the location they're interested in and determine if the workforce is there to support them. And that's the way they pull the data. So we try to pull the data that way as well. That's the reality. So you sort of have to think bigger picture and say, while this may not benefit our city directly, we do accrue benefit if a company locates somewhere. You can just look around what's happened in downtown Des Moines. I mean, in 25, 30 years ago, if people were sitting around and saying, what would be great in downtown Des Moines is we had a major, 15,000 seat arena and a big exhibit hall and Iowa History Museum, and let's have a sculpture park with $40 million worth of art, and let's have this awesome river walk with parks and sculptures, and people would go, dude, you're nuts, we're never going to get that, but you can't get it until you dream it. I mean, that's sort of a cliche, but that's what's encouraging and exciting about people's attitudes about the region.